So I'm gonna do a quickie little tarot energy vibe real quick. So hopefully you guys can hear me. Let's make sure this thing is on clear and loud where you guys can hear me over. The AC is on right now, so if you can't hear me clearly, just let me know. I'm gonna go live much later, so y'all might be annoyed by me today because I'm gonna go live again for happy hour. So if you guys are interested in happy hour, this is later on this evening around, I usually go around 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time tonight, and I do half price of my one question reading, so it's $20 per question. You guys can submit your questions via my website off of my shop or via Cash App, or if you have my PayPal directly, just be sure to leave your question in the note section of your payment option. If it's Cash App and it's too lengthy, it may not fit, so you can send it via the chat if you feel comfortable, or you guys can just leave it in the email, or email me. So yeah, all right, so I'm not gonna bombard you guys with readings. I just felt because I just did an intuitive drawing, like reading or whatever, phrases, whatever you want to call that I did. So I'm at the dining room table, and it's much more space for me to shuffle. So hopefully you guys can see everything clear and hear me clearly. So I'm just going to give you guys a quick guidance, whatever you need to know at this time. Nothing specific. Not tapping into just specifically one topic or anything like that. So I just welcome in the Holy Spirit and ask for divine wisdom and divine truth. Anything that is not of our highest good, that we bind it and block it. Ask for divine protection to surround us. Okay. Sagittarius, take a deep breath. It's gonna be okay. No, literally, that probably was a message for a Sag. That you need to take a deep breath. You need to take a chill. Anywho, yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. Happy Jupiter Day. Happy Thursday. Y'all survived Mercury retrograde. Everybody, a high five. We did that. We made that. We made it through. Shit. But no, on a serious note, you guys, let's tap in and see. Holy Spirit, give me divine wisdom and truth and clarity to discern what messages are for the collective. Use me as a pure channel. I bind and block any spirits of confusion, familiar spirits, trickster spirits, lying spirits. I bind you and I block you from coming through this reading, this message. Take full authority and governance over this reading and cards. Holy Spirit, work through me. May this be an accurate and clear guidance for those who need it. For those who need it. Amen. Ashe. Okay. Feminine energy. Wake up. Pisces. Recognition. Taurus. Okay. Naive. It's not what it seems. Okay. Top of the deck is humble. Alright, let's get it. First card we start out with is the feminine energy card. So there could be a feminine energy watching where spirit is encouraging you to pay attention, to wake up to something maybe that you're not seeing. Doesn't have to be anything negative or what you would want to call negative if it's something that's not to your fancy. It's not tickling your tits. It's not making you feel good and fluffy. Everything's negative, right? No. Sometimes certain things we need to hear them, right? So I kind of get this feeling that you guys are asleep to something going on around you. You got the Pisces energy here as well. Pisces, you could be a feminine Pisces. Hey, Ro, how are you? Good afternoon, sis. I gotta make lunch after this. I'm not gonna overdo it today with the readings because I'm gonna do the happy hours later. I'm getting like different feminine energies. Like spirit is speaking to the feminine energy first. So if you have Pisces in your chart, most definitely you could be a little bit naive about something. You may not perhaps be seeing the whole entire picture of something here. And it kind of gives me the vibe of a new relationship that you just jumped into. You may have red flags. You may have, if this is like a situation between a Pisces and a Taurus woman, and no shame to Miss 𝗟𝗃𝗃𝗍 over here, but I have to read the energy in a way the spirit is showing me the example. And y'all probably know where I'm going with this. I'm getting the other woman energy where it's kind of like some type of infiltration, okay? Or, yeah, like you may have like a new partner or something, or somebody you're seeing or dating. And I'm kind of getting this vibe of like this person may have not closed the chapter out with another woman or another person, and this other person's under the impression that that's their dude or that's their whatever, their woman, like their chick, their girlfriend. And there's this, why are my readings messy today? It is what it is. We got to call it as we see it. So this is somebody that is either recognized as the girlfriend or as the wife, as the partner, or someone that maybe you're seeing as, oh, this is just a side chick. And you feel like you're the only person. And I feel like you're not blind to another woman in the mix, but it's like, you're not about to stop my show. Like, this is my person. On some Summer Walker stuff. Summer Walker, sis has bad history with men. I'm sorry. We gotta be honest. We gotta call it. We could like her music and her aesthetic and her humor and all of that. Sis is talented. Sis has bad taste in men. Let's keep it 100. So some of you guys, you could be with somebody that's not all of that, okay? At the bottom of the deck of that, you have addict, let go of bad habits. You could be with someone that has an addiction, and I feel like their addiction is money and women. That's what I'm getting. You got little baby here. So I don't like this energy too much. I don't like all the mess. And at the bottom of the deck, you got soulmates. So this is somebody that you feel is your soulmate, or someone else feels like this person is their soulmate. And at the bottom of that, you have the red pill, seek the truth. Blue pill, red pill. If you're going to take that red pill, be open to what you're going to see. Pain, this too shall pass. You're going to be singing, thank you next. Thank you next. I don't want him, sis. I don't want Big Sean. You can have Big Sean, Janae. You can have him. I don't want him. That could be where you're at. You might get to that point. If you're not there yet, you will. I don't know who this is for. I kind of want to clarify it and then tap into another energy because I don't really like this type of shit right here. This is giving me shade room. I don't like this energy at all. So what's that other? It's like another very popular, like, gossip site or gossip blog on Instagram, the gossip of the city. Like, it's giving me that, and I don't like it. It's just too messy for me. Yeah. Whoever needs to hear this, don't allow your desires to like claim or to hold on to a specific person to keep you stuck on them, if that makes sense. Like, you don't want to become too attached to somebody, especially if you're in the beginning stages of a connection and you still have your dignity, or you didn't really give them that much, or you didn't give them your years, or you didn't give them your wound. Get out. You know what I mean? Like, get out while you still can, because I get this feeling like this person, they have a lot of options. This person has a lot of options. They have a lot of attention, or they like a lot of attention. Like I said, they're addicted to money, or they're addicted to like multiple people and women. Temperance in reverse. Yeah, this isn't a blessed union. This isn't a stable connection. And spirit is like, 'tis true, 'tis tea. Sips tea, 'tis it's true. I'm going to clear this out because I don't want to deal with this. I'm over it. I'm not into these type of readings, but somebody needed to hear it. This ain't it, sis. Yeah. Walk away with your dignity while you still can. With the Five of Cups, it might hurt a little bit, but I don't feel like this is going to completely break you, like maybe how you've been broken in the past and other relationships or connections. Move on, forgive this person. You might need to take time out to really soul search, like, what is it that I'm really doing with my life? What do I really want? What type of partner do I really want? Why do I want that person, or why did I want that person? Why am I steadily attracted to these types of partners, and why do I steadily get in these types of situations? Like, there's something with needing to intentfully go within yourself and soul search, do some seeking. I'm putting this energy away because I do not like it. It's ghetto. It's stank. I'm not fond of this. I'm not fond of it at all. I don't endorse this. Okay, let's tap into another energy, spirit. Is there something else, another message that you want to relay to those who need to hear this message? I fully cleanse of that energy, spirit. I don't want to deal with it. Holy Spirit, thank you. Okay. All right. Feels a little more lighter. All right, for this is for those of you doing your shadow work. Shadow work energy, I feel, because you got the shadow work card here. Then you have the stoned be still. You have the fulfillment card. You have the Virgo card. And you have the prolific, the marathon continues. So this could actually, that first half of the message could have been past tense for you. For some of you, this is like where you, if you resonated with that first half, this is where you could be within your energy. For others of you, this is just has nothing to do with that. You've learned some type of lessons in the past. Maybe you weren't always present with yourself. Maybe, some type of programming. You see all those computers in the back, and they're not only that, they're like old computers, not like anything modern. These are old school computers. So like old energy, past tense energy, outdated ways of doing things, outdated ways of thinking as well. You found fulfillment outside of that. Some of you guys may have like cut social media out completely. Like you don't even deal with social media anymore for some of you, or you don't spend as much time on social media, or something about living an artificial life or a superficial life. Like you didn't find fulfillment in that. You released yourself from something outdated. Yeah. But thank God you got out, sis. You released something outdated here because you did your shadow work. For some of you guys, you are stoners. That could be like where you get like, it helps you to ground yourself. And for others of you, you're just in a state of a high, a spiritual high, or because you've done the work, you cut out the toxicity out of your life, you changed your mindset, you're not in this fixed programming anymore. And for some of you, you're at a place of stillness. You're just at peace with yourself. With the Virgo card here, it's like, I'm hearing, what would Beyonce do? And I don't like doing that because I don't like deifying people, especially celebrities. Like, there's no point in doing that. But it's funny, though, right? When people say, what would Beyonce do? And I like that to a degree from this perspective of, she's very unbothered. So it seems. Like, she don't address stuff. Like, most celebrities, like Cardi B, sis, Cardi B got a mouth for everything. Like, some shit, like, we just need to learn to sit out and just shut the fuck up and just let people be stupid and say whatever they want to say about you and keep it moving. Like, Beyonce gives off top tier, unbothered. Like, you could say the crazy shit about me, I'm not going to respond. Like, crazy shit. And even if it's true, y'all going to think what you want anyway. Even if it's not true, you're going to think what you want anyway. So what's the point? I'm still that bitch. Kind of the energy that I get from you. Or I'm still that dude. I don't have to succumb to the drama. Good. The marathon continues. So I feel like you're thinking more from a higher perspective of the type of legacy or the type of reputation you want to leave behind, or to keep your reputation where it's at, because you worked hard. You put in the effort to work on yourself. You put in the effort to maintain who you are, walking your truth as it is. You have elevate, hold yourself accountable. And shout out to those of you that may have been the bandit before. You've been the one that was probably unruly and did some things that you weren't proud of. You could have been to jail before. You could have been in prison. You could have, did things that you're not proud of. And I like these cards because they're telling a story a little bit. And 𝗥𝗲 like some people might look back and be like, he wasn't really that kind of a person. But in his last days, he really did make an effort to change himself. He really did have a high perspective on life and transmutation and transformation, transforming the self. Like, he was really doing his shadow work at the end of his life, like towards that end stage of his life. So some of you guys, you've made those changes because you could have been a menace. You could have been this. I can go on and on. NBA YoungBoy, I think he was, saying that his music is toxic and he knows it, and he didn't want to make that type of music, or he doesn't want to make that type of music anymore. So some of you guys could have been this person, or you've dealt with people like this, but I'm just getting a shift in energy, or spirit is saying, like, we have to hold ourselves accountable. Nobody else is going to hold us accountable but us. And at the bottom of that, bad vibes, protect your energy with Queen Naja. So you might have learned your lesson from narcissistic counterparts. You might have dealt with counterparts that were very abusive, cheaters, selfish, little boys in grown men bodies, whatever. Let's clarify this. I don't even think we need to clarify this. Like, your energy, this is a shift. You have 2 of Cups. So I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but I do feel like Spirit is saying that the healthy you is going to attract a healthier bond, a healthy connection. It's going to help you to be receptive to emotionally available people, emotionally mature people, mentally mature people, someone that is willing to give to a relationship where you're not attracting selfish partners, selfish lovers, or you're no longer attracted to partners for the wrong reasons, or from a place of wounded eyes or trauma bonds, etc., etc. Let's see. We like this for you. Page of Swords. Yeah, this is because of a renewed mind. This is like the genesis of like a baby, or a child mind, like where it's fresh, it's clear, it's not tainted. And granted, as adults, we go through things, right? But we have the opportunity to purify our minds in a way like we don't forget what happened to us, because that's the wisdom. We gather the wisdom from that. Like, it's already documented in the book. So if we go back to that book or that chapter, we're reading and we're learning from it. What did you learn from this chapter? So the good news is there's a new chapter. Hey, I'm good. How are you? What are you up to? There's a new mindset that comes from this. So you can walk with a new mind, but still have the wisdom from previous experiences. So it's not saying like some Men in Black tool or object where you can just wipe your brain clean of everything that you just experienced, but because you want to keep those experiences. They're already documented. They already happened. So rather than living in them, you can read back, replay them back from a place of wisdom and what did I learn and how do I apply it to my future. But I have a clean slate. I have a new chapter. To see things from a different perspective. See love from a different perspective. What did you learn from love? The Sun. This is a renewed energy again. Revitalization. Lightheartedness. Playfulness even. Your energy being open. Being open to new experiences. You're moving forward. You're moving on. And I feel like the Six of Swords sometimes is like you've made it out of something that was very painful. Like it's a bittersweet energy. But nonetheless, it's like you have that protection. You have that. It's like you're not moving forward by yourself. You have something or someone here that maybe this is like someone around you that's supportive of you, or people in general that are supportive of you, whether it's a family member, whether it's friends, whether it's your spiritual team, whether it's an angel. Like, you're not moving forward by yourself, because there's this level of recovering from what was, I'm hearing too. Six of Cups. Yeah, you're moving on from the past, but you're also open to something sweet. There's someone could be coming in, or this is past tense, someone just recently came into your life, and you could be like, ooh, should I not? And I feel like as long as you're moving with that wisdom, but you also are moving from a new mindset, like you're not bringing in old baggage and old mindsets, because remember, your fulfillment is in breaking those old programs from the past, outdated energy. Okay. All right. Don't start bringing that crazy shit on here. We're not doing this. I don't know what y'all be talking about and where y'all be at. Y'all need help. Like, you guys need to stay off YouTube. Like, there's a point where some people just need to just like stay off of social media, or because not everybody's mentally sane, and I feel like too much spiritual consumption of stuff, like you're consuming too much spiritual content, or you're watching this reading, that reading, like some people just have to ground. Like, too much is too much. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but I had to block, you know, I have to do that. Like, don't come on here with that crazy shit talking about entities and shit. Like, get off of my shit with that. There ain't nobody on here. Don't even make sense. Like, half the time, that's how you know something's wrong. Like, the sentences don't even make sense. It just be just outlandish shit. Like, what are you talking about? Where are you getting this shit from? Yeah, some of you guys, back to the reading, I'm sorry, I had to block that person. Some of you guys, you do, like, you've past tense already had somebody come towards you, okay? And it's like the opportunity to not necessarily like get back into a relationship per se, or this specific person has to be a new partner for you. It just means, how receptive are you maybe to kind gestures? How receptive are you to admiration, or someone that genuinely may want to get to know you, or maybe even genuinely wants to love you? Like, how open are you to that? Because if you look at the bottom of the deck, we had the Two of Swords. It's like double-mindedness. You're not really sure about it, or this is something Spirit is giving you a heads up. Like, you could have a particular person that will come to you that stands out. I'm not saying that you have to entertain every man or woman that comes your way, but it could be one particular person that you feel a sense of, like, some level of comfortability, or some level of familiarity, or an attraction as well, like a mutual connection. And I'm just getting like a generous vibe from this with the Six of Cups and the Knight of Cups. I'm getting generosity. I'm getting mutual give and take, equal exchange. Somebody that may be more willing to give initially, maybe because this person does feel this isn't for everybody, but the person could feel like maybe you aren't as experienced in love as they are, or they feel like maybe you're not as emotionally as open as they are. So there's like initially, like, I'll give more from a sense of letting you know that I'm serious about you, or I don't mean you any harm. I'm going to clarify this though. This is someone that is like kind of soft in their energy, or soft in their approach. They're more female identified, meaning like, not that this person, it could be a man that resonates with feminine energy from a sense that they walk in femininity, or they have a healthy balance of feminine and masculine energies, and they may take more to, you know, they have more female friends. They're very close to their female family members in a way. Like, there's a level of being able to connect. Not saying that they don't, you know, identify with masculine side, but I'm getting somebody that is compassionate, gentle, accommodative. I'm hearing accommodated. I don't even know if that's the right word, but like accommodate. Let's see. Page of Swords. Yeah, this is like an energy of curiosity, a talking stage. Okay, you have the Page of Swords twice. So I do feel like Spirit is saying with this person, like, you know, you are going to have to keep an open mind, meaning you're not, you know, it's not going to be wise for you to take in your past traumas and all of that. And, you know, because you are going to be suspicious. You are. Queen of Swords. Or you already are if this is something you're already kind of like dealing with right now. If it's not one particular person, which I feel like it is, it could be just suitors coming your way. But I feel like one particular person is going to stand out to you. So you have the Justice card and the Two of Pentacles. Be careful what you put into your future. So like connecting with someone new, be fair, be honest. You get what you put out, right? Cause and effect. So if you want respect, you have to be respectful. You can't give somebody a hard time and expect them to put up with it, or be suspicious and blaming them, but you expect them to be honest and faithful. Not saying that they shouldn't, but it's like you got to put in what you desire to receive, right? Spirit's also saying like, it's up to you, right? Whether or not you want to adapt to something different rather than sticking to what you've always known things to be or love to be. Because I do feel Spirit is saying like based off of the work that you've done on yourself and the energy that you put out, this is justice for you. This is something good. I'm not saying anything negative from this. I'm not saying any hidden motives. Got the Four of Wands at the bottom of the deck. The Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. What is this person's energy? Can you please give me a little bit more on this Knight of Cups person? Can you? Thank you. Death card in reverse. This is an energy where it's going to challenge you to see if you're really ready for change. Are you really over the past? Are you ready to move on? This person represents change. Some of you might be a little resistant to the change or fearing of this, or fear this change. Who is this person? It could literally be a Scorpio because that's water. The Hermit. This is somebody that knows themselves. This is somebody that's led by their inner compass, their inner guidance. This isn't somebody that's ruthless, someone that is impulsive in a way of they just hop in and out of relationships. They let their dick lead everything. They're easily flattered by this one, that one, this one with this body, and this one, throwing themselves. Like, they're not that type of person. This is a wise, moving person. They think ahead. This is a prudent individual. Like, they move in that way. So I also feel as well, based off of how much time you've actually spent with yourself, it's going to kind of reflect how you see this person in the situation, or your discernment of them rather. Because I kind of feel like something's leading you to this person for a specific reason. It doesn't have to be like you're going to end up getting married and this is the one. But there's something where Spirit's saying move towards this person because they are playing a very essential role right now in this change. Your willingness, your openness, your receptivity to love, if that's what you're looking for. Yeah, this is fate. This is definitely fate. Fate doesn't always have to be that it's something that is stamped and approved for a lifetime, but it's meant to occur. There's a divine hand in this with the Wheel of Fortune card. This is a turning point in a certain aspect of your life cycle. Like, your divine team is involved with this. You could be seeing signs of synchronicities of something to come. You may have not even met this person yet, so Spirit could just be giving some of you a heads up. For others of you, this person is already in your life somehow, or they play a role already. But you might get like a lot of signs and synchronicities connected to this because it's something that Spirit's pointing you in this person's direction for a significant purpose and reason. And you have the Ten of Cups at the bottom of the deck. This could lead to, for some of you, this could be that blessed union that you've always wanted for some of you. Or it's a manifestation of a true heart's desire that you have for love. Where this is somebody that does complete your fulfillment. Wherever you're at with yourself, where you feel that sense of completion, or you feel that sense of contentment within yourself. Like you're happy with other things in your life, but maybe you feel like your love life is lacking. And you feel like, okay, I'm happy, but I'll be even more happier when this, this comes together. And I feel like this is the extension. And then look, you got the Nine of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So like, yeah, Spirit is very clear. The Nine of Cups is our self-content, our emotional contentment with ourselves and what we have now, being in the state of gratitude. But not to say that we don't want more. Like, I'm happy, but I'm also, I still desire that connection. And then this is the addition to your own happiness. What's at the top? The High Priestess. Okay, a little more juicier. Yeah, Spirit's saying like, you're really going to have to trust yourself. The term blind faith, to me, like, blind faith is like walking in what you can't see. But the definition of faith, at least the scripture version, because Spirit always like stocks me with this number on the clock. I always see 11:01 on the clock all the time, and it makes me think of the scripture Hebrews 11:1, which says faith is the substance of things hoped for yet unseen, right? And that's just law of attraction. That's just law of attraction 101, like, period. That's a universal law, period. That faith is not so much based out of the physical first. The physical comes second to the spirit. So the things that you feel and sense and visualize on the internal self, that is the unseen realm, right? So when you think about blind faith, faith within itself is being blind in a sense, if that makes sense. Like, you're not looking outwardly to validate first, but you're trusting internally, then the external validates, right? If that makes sense. So the High Priestess card is you trusting in yourself. And I just had this conversation with Tori this morning, my good sis Tori, where we were talking about that. She was like, as a seer, as a prophet, you have to trust in the spirit, because spirit speaks to us in a multitude of ways. And I'm paraphrasing and adding on, like, spirit speaks to us sometimes through a feeling, sometimes through a thought, sometimes through a vision that we have. And it's not going to always be validated first, and it hardly ever is validated first on an external thing. Sometimes it's just a knowing. Sometimes it's an inkling. You might be guided to go here, go there, don't go here, don't go there. You might be guided to say this, or you may be guided not to say this. You have to trust in that instinctual inner knowing. That's the unseen. So as a High Priestess energy, this is hidden sacred knowledge and wisdom. We don't know what's in that temple behind her. We don't know what's exactly in that book. It says the Torah, but even when you're reading the Bible or any sacred text, if you read it too literally, you kind of miss out on, you're not reading it in spirit, you're not reading it with the spiritual eye, and you're just taking it literally and verbatim. It's just going to be some words, just going to be a book. It's not going to hold anything of significance to you. It's not going to speak to you. So I feel like Spirit is kind of saying, like, some of this is a mystery, because you're going to have to navigate with complete faith. And it's not saying to jump into things like you have in the past. Like in our, in our past with anything, When we're not using our discernment and we're kind of just moving through life, doing stuff just to be doing it without a conscious, we do make decisions that may have not been wise at the time, may have hurt us, may have made us feel like we were stupid, or why did I do that? But when you're moving with a different place where you're starting to trust yourself with a conscious mind, like you're consciously aware of yourself, your inner world, your feelings, your emotions, your thoughts, you're in tune with spirit, and when spirit is working through you and speaking to you and through you, or maybe even through others, it makes it easier for you to walk the path with your lantern, your light, and it has the star in it, which is your star, your north star, your path, your fate, your destiny. So you're not walking blindly, even though it may feel like it. You're just walking with a spiritual mind and also walking with your physical mind, if that makes sense, like what you can see versus what you also can't see. So it can be scary sometimes to trust yourself because you don't always have that external validation or evidence to back it up first. I mean, like I said, sometimes, and oftentimes I should say, we don't always have the external validation or knowledge first. Sometimes, like, you gotta trust in your intuition. You may not know. It's like almost like how a dog can sense bad energy. Like a dog just doesn't like somebody, and you might not know why. Like, why? I don't know why. I don't know, Bruno, why are you over here barking at you? Why is he like getting upset with you? Like, you don't know why. And then later on, you find out that that person is shady and your dog was just picking something up about that person. The dog didn't need evidence. The dog just sensed it. Then the evidence came. Same with babies. Some babies will let you know, I don't like this person. I don't want this person picking me up. I don't want them kissing on me. I don't want them whatever. And then later you find out that maybe that person is not really that kind to kids. They don't really like kids like that. You know, they have a nature to them, and that baby sensed it. So we don't always have to have physical proof. Our instincts, our inner self will navigate and let us know that. So when it comes to anything really, but in this instance, when it comes to love, or when it comes to the receptivity of love rather, or a person in love, whether they're presently here or they're maybe coming, right? This person is coming in. You're going to have to really trust yourself. And I really feel like it might be a little bit frustrating because this card is coming out as a maybe card. So it's almost like it's not completely a yes or a no to a question. So like when you meet someone and it has elements of the moon, that hidden energy, but also psychic energy. The moon can also kind of bring out the crazy in people, the psychotic out of people. So it's all about balance. So what I'm getting is like spirit is wanting you to really check yourself, and emotions as well. The moon can represent our emotions, our subconscious, our internal self. And so does the high priestess. She represents the moon energy, hidden energy. So you have to really get in tune with yourself. Really listen to yourself and listen to your instincts with this, because this is going to be a walk where you have the spiritual navigation, you have the spiritual support, but a lot of it is going to be through spiritual things, through psychic energy, through your feelings and your emotions, the things that you're getting on an internal level first. It's not always going to be something that's going to be backed up by a friend or someone else telling you, yeah, this is your person, or no, that's not your, like you could get caught up. And I even want to say this, I'm getting like initial stage, like something that's at the genesis or something that will be fairly new to you, to where it won't be wise, because it's very sensitive energy. It won't be wise for you to really seek external like validation. And that could come in the form of advice from other people or trying to get it outside of yourself, because spirit is really like you're at a place where you're wise enough, you're in tune with yourself enough at this point in your journey where you don't really need to seek it out so much. There's nothing wrong with maybe confirmation or just like, you know, trying to see, you know, maybe does this person see it? Am I seeing this correctly? I want to make sure that I'm not projecting anything, or I'm not misleading myself, or you know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that standpoint, but if you're seeking out first before you even seek yourself or seek spirit, seek God, source, your spiritual team, you're going to be kind of confused. And I feel like spirit's not even going to allow you to really get that external validation so much, because you're at this high priestess level. This is a level of initiation. This is a trusted priestess, high priest. This is someone that's initiated as a priestess. So you've earned your place. And when I say earn your place, it's not to say that you don't have intuition, you don't have discernment from birth, but you've earned a place where it's like you have a gift, and you're just going through training and coaching to cultivate that gift, to strengthen that gift, to know how to utilize it, know how to master it wisely. You know what I mean? Like, you don't just go out into the world like, I'm just going to become a singer, and then you don't know how to arrange your voice. You don't know how to use breath control. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm getting from this. So I'm asking about this person, but it's almost like spirit is dancing around it. But spirit was like, well, in a way, we kind of already said what we said. Why this person is here? What do they want? It's up to this person how they navigate through it. 5 of Swords in reverse, 3 of Pentacles. This person's not here to hurt you. They're not. They're not those low lives that you dated. And sometimes not every person we date is a low life. Some people are good people, they're just not for us, and vice versa, right? We just don't match. But for those that have been hurt and are afraid to even let good people in or discern when a good person is available or interested, this person's not here to bring you drama. They're not. They're here to work with you. They're here to add, be an addition, teamwork with the 3 of Pentacles, to build with you. 3 of Pentacles is a card of building, card of structure. So it also could represent like having a plan, collaborating with someone on a project together. So the 5 of Swords in reverse, it says open to change, past resentment. So you have to let that go. And maybe some of you guys are like, duh, I'm working on that. And okay, cool. Like keep doing it. Be open to a shift, because this person's not here to hurt you. Another thing that the spirit wants you to know is like, this person, you don't have anything to worry about with this person. The biggest thing here is spirit is saying like, this person is an opportunity for change. It's up to you. And it may not be that you end up with this person, or maybe even decide to get to know them, but at least, this represents, am I open? Am I not open? So there's a lot of inspiration, a lot of opportunity to create something new, to paint a different picture with more color, with more light. It's not dull. Like you're working with a big set of crayons here. Like it's just not. Girl, if you don't be quiet. 7 of Pentacles at the top of the deck. So yeah, like your vision is going to pay off. Okay. This person could definitely be someone that is not afraid of putting in the work in a relationship. Like this person knows that that's what it takes. Like it takes effort, it takes work, it takes patience, it takes vision, it takes compromising, it takes communication, it takes selflessness. Like these things are required in a connection. They're not just looking for their handout. They're not just expecting, wife duties or husband duties with, half-ass, not even boyfriend or girlfriend potential. They're not going to require that from you. This is somebody that is going to build from the ground up. And it seems like the key here with them is kindness. This is a kind person. This is someone that I feel like, in a general sense, they will show you kindness, because that's what you deserve. All human beings, we deserve kindness initially. Until somebody act like an asshole, then it's just like, okay, like you don't deserve my kindness. But just as a human being, like just saying hello to a human on the street, or passing by with a smile, or opening the door for somebody, or you see somebody struggling with something, you go over and you try to help them. That's just that's just human kindness. That's what we should aspire to walk in daily, right? Not everybody thinks like that. But this person, I feel like, is just a kind person. So if they're at a restaurant and there's a waiter, they're not going to talk down to that waiter or, be rude. This is somebody that treats everyone with kindness. So that's their initial step with you, is kindness, generally speaking, and also a level of patience I'm hearing too as well. Kind gestures, this person, their acts, their love language. I feel like how they love to give, I should say, to others, how they show their love is through acts of service. Through, you need help with this, can I help you with that, or are you okay? Like, they check in. They might even be someone that likes to affirm their loved ones. Like, they're a motivator, they're an encourager, they're somebody that compliments people. So I get that from this person. I don't see like this person gonna rush in with like passionate energy, sexual energy. Oh, you so fine, hey beautiful, how you doing? Like, I don't see all of that, like flirty energy. Even though the Knight of Cups to me can kind of be like that lover boy energy or lover girl energy, they're very sweet, I feel. This person will pay attention. This is somebody that I feel like, if this is a woman, of course they're gonna want, if it's a feminine, I should say, feminine energy, they're going to want to feel courted. So I'm seeing like doors open, opening and closing doors. Very traditional, like the woman walks on the inner parts of the street and the man walks on the outer part of the street. I'm seeing that type of energy. This is a masculine energy that is going to open and close doors for you. I do see that. If you're not used to that, it's going to feel weird at first to you, I feel. I'm just getting that. Like, you might be a little put off by it. This is the type of person that might buy you flowers and stuff. And maybe just because. Not because we're going on a date or it's a special occasion. It could just be because. And you might be a little taken back by that. I'm also getting this too. Like, this is somebody... Okay. I feel like awkward saying this because I feel, although we may think about it and be like, oh, that's so romantic and I would want that. If somebody really was to do that for you, you're going to feel very uncomfortable because you're used to the trauma. You're used to the being called bitches, being called stupid. I don't have time for that. Oh, I don't have money for that. Or we don't need to go out. Or you just want too much. Like, someone's shaming you for wanting to be courted, or shaming you for wanting to be affectionate or to have affection. This is somebody that might rub your feet. This is somebody that if you're on your period, they're going to like be very kind to you, very considerate of you, very attentive to you. Might go out and buy you your little feminine shit for you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're that type of person. Okay? And you might just be like, this is weird. It doesn't feel like, it's going to feel weird because you're not used to that. You're not used to it. You're not used to somebody doing that for you. If it's like a woman, like, you might feel a little bit apprehensive about somebody, I don't know, like, checking in on you to make sure you made it home safe. You might think that that's weird because you're used to women that are just like nonchalant or demanding and yells at you for every little single thing that you do. So someone that's attentive and nurturing towards you could also be off-putting to you. You're not used to that. Somebody cooking for you, you might be like, okay, what's her angle? Because you're used to going and spending money on dinner dates, and this person may not know how to cook shit. And I'm not shaming anybody that doesn't know how to cook, but let's just say, for instance, you're not used to that. You're used to being the giver, giving everything, and someone kind of like dealing with like the spoiled brat feminine energy or the dark feminine energy that's very manipulative, abusive, conniving. So that type of connection, the healthy energy, the healthy exchange could throw you off in a way. It could. It might feel uncomfortable at first. But this is a sign of change. And though it may not end in marriage, or you may find that, this person is not really for me, or, they're a good dude or they're a good woman, but they're just not for me, fine. At least you allowed yourself to be open, right, to that type of energy, and know that you're deserving and you're worthy of it. It's one thing to say, oh, I want it, or I'm deserving of it, but to really allow it. And yeah. And I have compassion for you. I have empathy for you, because I know how that feels. I know. It feels weird because you're deprogramming all of that trauma that you experience, all of the mistreatment of love. It's like, remember the computers in the back, these outdated computers, these old ass programs. Like, you're releasing yourself of this. You've been working through that, through shadow work. So when this comes in, when this type of connection comes in, where it's like it's a mutual energy, like, dang, somebody really wants to give something to me. They ain't just looking to take. They're actually wanting to give as well. Like, okay. It's all fine and dandy. Are you open to it, though? That's the thing. And Spirit is also encouraging, like, too, like, if you're putting yourself out there in the dating thing, and it's not just one specific person, but you're opening yourself up to others, to where you're not looking like, even though you might desire or aspire to be married at this point in your life, you're not going to go out searching, is this my husband, or is this my wife, is this and that. Be open and give yourself, that period to enjoy being courted. And if you find that somebody doesn't resonate with you, it makes it much easier for you to be like, okay, cool, that person just wasn't it, right? Rather than going, oh, I thought this was my husband, or I thought this, when you put all your energy in there. And just move wisely in your dating season. Like, sex and all of that, you got free will, you're an adult. But for me personally, I don't think it's wise that you just sleep with everybody, especially in your dating, like, courting phase with people or multiple people. I don't think it's a good idea, personally. Just adds too much energy. It's unnecessary to have those extra ties, those soul ties. Like, for what? Like, if it's a temporary person, I just don't see why it's worth exchanging with somebody that's temporary. That's just my opinion. And if it is that you happen to land upon someone that you really like and you really vibe, and you both really like each other and you're vibing, still enjoy it. Don't put so much pressure on the fact of, oh, this has to be the one, or is this my person, is this my one, like, to where you're too fixated on an outcome and what it's going to be. Or is this person going to choose me? Are they going to want to, like, do you even like this person? For one, do you choose them? Give this person the grace to decide whether they like you, and give yourself the grace to even decide whether you really like them. So if it is a thing, because I know as spiritual women, we pretty much could tell when somebody is or they ain't. And sometimes, like in the past, with that projection of you want your person, you just kind of take the scraps based off of an attraction or based off of some type of commonality that you guys might have, and you hone in on that one person, and then it's like it has to be them. But when you're spiritually, like, maturing out of that energy, out of operating like that, it will help you to discern when you do see somebody that has the type of energy you're looking for. And God does show people who their spouses are. They do. It's possible. But even if you feel like you know all of that, still move in a lighthearted energy. Still be open. Still be playful, lighthearted. Have fun. Even with knowing all of that. Because it could feel like, did I meet my person? It could definitely feel that way. This person could feel that way about you as well. Like, maybe I finally found somebody that I really resonate with. But allow yourselves to enjoy the connection. Be lighthearted. carefree, be playful. With the Leo energy is fun, right? Fifth house energy, it's playful, it's child energy, it's family, it's all of those good things, right? It's roller coasters and fireworks, okay? Some people don't like fireworks. Some people don't like roller coasters. Whatever is your thing, whatever is like lighthearted, childlike, playful, fun, exciting, be in that energy. And I'm getting like friendship with these flowers. Like, you know, certain flowers represent like friendship. Some flowers represent like romance. You got sunflowers. That's a friendship flower. So like friends too. Like I feel lovers, like for real. Like being friends is everything. Like you want to like the person you're with. Like be able to like laugh, talk, cry together. You know what I mean? Like be able to do all of that where it's just not about the bedroom and, oh, you make me feel like, you know what I mean? Like, come on. Shit. I need my person to be like goofy like me. And he can make me laugh. We can live longer. Laughter makes you live longer. It really does. So somebody that you can laugh with and be goofy with and all of that, like that to me is A1. And of course you want good sex and all of that and whatever, all that other shit, and a good partner and a protector and all that good stuff, right? But yeah, have fun. So the Nine of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles, it's really up to you when you feel like you're up to take it on and when you're ready to invest, whether it's invest in love or invest in just maybe a person. But some of you guys, you are being tested to step up in faith and in courage, like in spite of what you've been through, right? The Wounded Warrior card. So I'm going to leave it there, y'all. I didn't mean for this to be so long. I need to eat my lunch, okay? I had a little time to do some reads, so it's like, hey, and I'm at, you know, already in here at the table, so let's get it. Let's do it. Top of card, let's do it. Just, but I hope you guys enjoyed this reading, and the first half of it was like kind of stank, but I see where Spirit was going with that. Okay, I see you, Spirit. But yeah, as always, much love. As always,